And we are back. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. We're headed to some car events today. Yes, I'm bringing you along with me, but I wanted to address the question that I keep getting in the comments section from many of you is, what is the update on the Hellcat and what did you finally decide? Well, if you've watched my other videos, then you know most of that. But yesterday, literally yesterday, I got an update on the Hellcat, and at the same time, I got an email from another dealership with a car that I've been watching for a while that put me in a tremendously conflicted situation. But I want to share with you some creativity that I may have to employ to pull something pretty cool off, or put myself in a massive amount of mess with two cars that I don't necessarily need, while I still have my Scat Pack that I need to sell. So since there's always a percentage of you waiting for me to go down in flames, this should be exciting to watch. And the rest of you who are very excited just for the sake of getting to watch cool car content and a new Hellcat come to the channel, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what's going on here and when we should expect my Hellcat to arrive.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the run. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first.
Let's jump right in. I got a call yesterday from my dealer, Napleton's Nate, there in St. Peters, Missouri. And while they told me there was snow on the ground and it was freezing cold, and I'm sitting here in shorts and a t-shirt in California, they said the car is going to paint. Your Hellcat is going to paint, which means, depending on a whole bunch of variables, it could be by the end of this month, which is February, or get delayed for some other weird reason. But they're positive and optimistic, and they're going to be checking daily to watch for an update and let me know when the thing's ready to get delivered. So it's coming now. This is real. It's happening. It's getting exciting because I want my Hellcat bad. So that's where we're at with the Hellcat. So if anyone's been through this before and you know the time period it takes after the car goes into paint, let me know in the comment section, because right now we're just kind of flying blind because of all the variables with supply chain issues, but hopefully I get that thing by the end of the month. Now that would mean I have to sell my Scat Pack, and I've had some of you message me about how much I want for the Scat Pack, and after I tell you, you go, well, let me know. I'm not sure yet, because yeah, I'm going to put it up for a reasonable, I decided a reasonable price. I'm not going to say here because I may change my mind. And if it doesn't sell right away, I'm going to keep dropping the price, because I'm a seller that has to sell. It's not something where it's optional, like the car has to go, because I want to do other things with my credit than have this or the Scat Pack sitting on my credit and try and buy a Hellcat, because I'd like to use the same bank with the super low interest rate that I used before. So as soon as they tell me that the car is going to get delivered, it's on its way, and they give me a good ETA, then I'm going to put that Scat Pack up for sale. And if it sells right away, I'll drive the Lamborghini around, which will be interesting for a week or so before I can fly out to St. Louis, Missouri, and pick up the car. The other factor is that weather is not good out there. There's ice, there's snow, there's all this white on the ground that would make it not the safest drive in the world for a 700 plus horsepower muscle car to navigate the highways. But I could do it, but it's not something ideal, considering between St. Louis and California, that few thousand miles is there's a whole lot of things that could go wrong with the weather in all those different states I'd be going through. So I'm hoping the weather chills out over the next 3 weeks or so, and when they give me the delivery date on the car, that I get a window of some really good weather to jump on an airplane and go get the Hellcat and take you all with me. So that's where we're at with the Hellcat. But then some of you have been asking, what did I decide on getting? Well, I've told you in other videos, but some of you are new, and some of you assume that I may have changed my mind, but I did not. And I decided to get a indigo blue Dodge Charger Hellcat, not a Redeye. Now, a lot of you said, why didn't you just get the Redeye? I don't want a Redeye. Could I get a Redeye? I could get a Redeye. I had a Redeye. I had an RT at the beginning, and then I had two Scat Packs. Got a Scat Pack right now, and I had a Redeye. So at this point, I would like to try something different. And the Hellcat seems like an awesome middle ground, maybe little to the right of middle ground option right now. And why didn't I get the Challenger? Believe me, that's hard. That's the hardest decision in the world because I love the Challenger. But it's been such a convenience having 4 doors on my Dodge Charger. It's just been great. With a teenager and all her friends I got to drive around, it's just been so nice to have the 4-door car and all the power and the noise that comes along with that beautiful car, and I think it looks great too. So that's why. So now let's get to Cars and Coffee, check out some cool cars, and I'm going to tell you what else happened yesterday and a strategy that I could use that others have used. Might seem a little bit risky, on the edge, and light the comments on fire, but I'm going to share with you something that happened at the same time, literally within like 5 minutes of me getting notified of my Hellcat update. I get an email telling me that another car I was really interested in just got the price dropped significantly. So I'll tell you about that in a second. So let's get to Cars and Coffee on this beautiful California Saturday morning.
What is checkmate? We ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. Cause I be on the work. Yeah. You know I be on the work.
What'd you break on your car this time?
Nothing.
I watched you get pulled over. I watched you do donuts. I watched you race a Hellcat and get spanked.
No, I messed up.
Yeah. That super stock looked like it was boogieing.
I could take it. The problem is the first race we were on the paint and he said pull up, get off of the paint. So I did. I moved up and I was getting ready. I was turning off my traction control and I was going into launch control when they
Took off.
honked and took off. The second time, if you watch the video, I'm in first gear. I say I'm not going to do launch control, and I just floored it and took off, and I nailed way out in front of him, but I never shifted.
Oh, shit.
You can hear my rev limiter.
You made a lot of Mopar people feel really good, though, with that video.
I did.
I mean, I kept my Hellcat order because of that video. I was like, damn, 'cause I know your car's fast, dude. So I'm like, damn, that was impressive.
So you watched the third race.
Yeah.
Okay. The third race, you never even saw them. I was way out in front of them, and then somebody jumped out onto the.
All right, look at the Maserati. That's the new Maserati.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the run. Yeah, man, we coming for the bags. If they said I couldn't have, get the 10. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto: hard work is over everything. It's that comeback.
You are a beautiful horse.
You are.
Oh, what does this thing weigh? Look at you fighting to keep. Look at you fighting to keep. How much?
He just wants 100.
100?
Yeah, he's 10 months right now.
10 months. 10 months old. So he's gonna get bigger.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What's his name? Godzilla?
Away when you grow up. His name is Charles.
And he's pulling you around.
Yes.
Dog's taking you for a walk today.
Yes.
That's.
God, he's huge.
You are awesome, though.
Uh-oh.
My God. I just wouldn't want to clean up after you in the backyard. Callie. Callie Muscle. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
You look good.
Man. Thank you.
Dude,
Thank
you
you.
scared us all, man. We thought you were
I'm
like.
scared, man. I'm still in disbelief. You know, I thought I was doing everything right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was scary. It still is, you know, because every day is mental now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's that I feel? And you know what I mean?
Oh, I bet, dude.
Look at the little kids and just be like, man, I don't want them fatherless. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah, I
We
saw
brought
that.
the track hogs today.
And,
Wow.
sell a McLaren too.
No, we still had a McLaren.
Glad you're healthy, man.
Thank you.
Keep him alive, dude.
Oh, doing my best.
Are you trained in CPR since you're with him all the time?
Oh, I probably should.
Hey, get him trained in CPR in case you go down. He can.
Oh, I know.
You know.
You don't know
But here's
CPR?
how he'll save you. He'll be like this with the camera. He'll be on top of you like this.
Oh, you are hey, that's how he is, too.
Like this.
What happened? Oh, I was throwing the, what they call? The boomerang.
Yeah.
Oh, and it came back, hit me in the mouth, I'm bleeding. He in my face like this.
He's getting the video, and you're like this. Good job.
You'll be all right.
You better got that on video.
He didn't even see if I'm all right. He was just...
Now that's a great camera, dude, because I want to catch that on video. There's a million views. Bad friend, not a little camera guy. Well, awesome meeting you, dude. I've watched you forever, man. So cool.
All right, guys.
Take care. You want to win a race?
Yeah, sure.
Like I said that, you want to win a race? Alright, so what a great time at Southwest Sea Cars and Coffee, and got to meet Callie Muscle, a huge Mopar fan as well. So it was awesome just to finally be able to shake that man's hand. He's been through so much with his heart attack and seems to be doing really well, so that was pretty cool. And now, let me tell you, just finish about my Hellcat. So the other thing that's a challenge for me is they're gonna call me, let's say it's a month from now, the end of February, and they are in St. Louis, Missouri, right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. And according to my friends who live in that area, there is a massive amount of snow. So if there's a ton of snow, a ton of ice, I've got a few thousand miles to drive in horrendous weather. So I'm gonna hope that they take their time delivering that car a little bit. But the only issue I have is that the longer it takes, the more it delays my ability to do anything else, and here's why. Because if I want to use that check I have in my glove compartment right now to buy a fun car to enjoy during the summer and to do some fun content with you all with, then I don't want to buy that right now, and then 3-4 weeks from now I got to get the loan for the Hellcat. And some of you are going to say, well, why don't you pay cash? Well, because the market's down, and I pull my money out of the market right now to pay cash, that would be stupid. It would cost me way more than a 1, 2, or 3% interest rate that I could get. So I'm going to use the bank's money to make this happen. But this happened yesterday when I got the call about the Hellcat. All right, so what a great morning at Cars and Coffee. Got to have lunch and got to meet Callie Muscle. What a nice guy, a big Mopar fan, and so glad to see him happy and healthy after all he's been through this last year. And now let's talk about my Hellcat. So yes, the issue I have is they're going to deliver that car to me probably still in the middle of winter, which would be a nightmare to drive it back. I think it's 2,000 miles in ice and snow and sleet and all kinds of bull crap across the country. Say hi to Josh, where it'd be terrifying to drive a 700 plus horsepower muscle car in that weather. So we'll see how this timing works. But the other issue with my timing is I still have that check that I could use for 45 grand, up to 45 grand, to buy a fun car for the summertime to shoot content with and just bring you all some enjoyment, and myself as well. And where I'm at with that is I wanted that Aston Martin. So yesterday when I got the call from the Napleton's dealership on the Hellcat, about 5 minutes later I got an email price alert from Stadium Nissan where that V12 DB9 Aston Martin Volante is. That was $50,000. That over the last month that I've been messing around, that car dropped to $45,000. Told you that on my last video. Today it's $39,900. It's just under $40,000, meaning that I could probably roll in the dirt with them and get a really good deal on that car. I can't see how I could lose on that car. But if I buy that car right now for, let's say, $40,000, let's say I get them to do roll tax into that and everything, I will have an inquiry on my credit and a new car loan on my credit. And that, albeit a great interest rate, could cause me an issue with buying the Hellcat and getting a loan on that in, let's say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, even a month, because it'll be a new loan. So that's an issue for those of you that are wondering how, wow, that was crazy, how this whole credit thing works. you don't want to overuse it, and that's going to look like I'm out buying on a buying spree. I could qualify, and no question, I qualify income-wise for the 2 car loans, in addition to my wife's car loan and the Lamborghini, but the rates start to change. The risk to the bank is considered in the rate that they give me. So then by the time the car I'm going to keep long-term, which will be the Hellcat, comes around, I'll be getting a higher interest rate. So what I need to do is figure out how to buy whatever the fun car is that I want to have for 45 grand or less, and the Hellcat within 14 days of each other. And here's why. Something some people know, many don't, and I mean there's going to be some judgment about this, but if you buy a car within 14 days, you shop around, let's say you get 5 or 6 inquiries on your credit shopping for a loan. For me, it would be 2, because I know where I'm going to get these loans from. They're going to be counted as 1. So Experian says they'll only count it as 1. If they're both searching for car loans, you're good, which is great for my FICO score. So that's wonderful. Will my FICO score get banged after I have the 2 cars? Absolutely. But I'll have my 2 cars, and I'm not looking to go buy anything else for a while anyways. And by the time it recovers in a few months, the 20 points I get hit, then so be it. Because, by the way, it's important you know, when you pay off a car loan, which the Scat Pack will be paid off and sold, that's a closed loan, and that hurts your FICO score. So getting everything done within a 2-week period would enable me to get the best possible rates and do both moves at the same time. Or, as I said before, maybe I just get the Hellcat, call it a day, and stop thinking about it. But with that Aston Martin down to $39,000, if that thing drops to $35,000, I don't think there's any way I can't go in there and buy that car. And some of you are going to say, why don't you just pay cash for that thing? Because the market's down. If you've been paying attention, the market's down. All my money, a lot of my cash is tied up in the markets and has definitely made me a significant amount of money this last year or so. But this last week or so, it's way down. Will it come back? Absolutely. Did I buy more? Absolutely. If I take it out when it's low, that's the first rule of investing, is do not buy high and sell low. Buy low and sell high. So selling today would be dumb. It would cost me a bunch of money, potentially some principal, for sure a bunch of profit that I've made over the last couple of years. So that's what's happening right now, everybody. So hopefully you understand. I'd love your comments. And believe me, if you have a negative comment or a nasty comment or crappy opinion, you can't couch it respectfully, save it. Don't put it there, because I'm just going to delete it, or I'm going to tangle with you a little bit. And I'm trying not to do that anymore because it's just an absolute waste of time. But I really do appreciate you all following me. And the fun thing about this video is the Hellcat is coming, and I think for sure, most likely, maybe, kind of, sort of, in the next 30 days, maybe by the end of February, and then we'll start doing some fun stuff to dress that thing up and make it look pretty and drive pretty, and it'll be a blast. So like, subscribe, comment, be respectful, stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
You know I be on the man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the